The Book of Psalm, chapter 64. Hear my voice, O Elohim, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, and they say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But Elohim shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear, and shall declare the work of Elohim. For they shall wisely consider his doing. The righteous shall be glad in Yahweh, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. Psalm chapter 65. A Psalm of David. Praise waiteth for thee, O Elohim, in Zion, and unto thee shall the vow be performed. O thou that hearest prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. Iniquities prevaileth against me. As for our transgressions, thou shalt purge them away. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest and causest to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thine house, even of thy holy temple. By terrible things in righteousness wilt thou answer us, O Elohim of our salvation, who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth, and of them that are afar off upon the seas, which by his strength setteth fast the mountains, being girded with power, which stilleth the noise of the seas, and the noise of their waves, and the tumult of the people. They also that dwell in the uttermost parts are afraid of thy tokens. Thou makest the outgoings of the morning and evening to rejoice. Thou visitest the earth and watereth it. Thou greatly enrichest it with the river of Elohim, which is full of water. Thou preparest them corn, when thou hast so provided for it. Thou waterest the ridges thereof abundantly. Thou settlest the furrows thereof. Thou makest it soft with showers. Thou blessest the springing thereof. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness, and thy paths drops fatness. They drop upon the pastures of the wilderness, and the little hills rejoice on every side. The pastures are clothed with flocks. The valleys also are covered over with corn. They shout for joy. They also sing. Chapter 66. Make a joyful noise unto Elohim, all ye lands. Sing forth the honor of his name. Make his praise glorious. Say unto Elohim, how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thy enemies submit themselves unto thee. All the earth shall worship thee, and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name, Selah. Come and see the works of Elohim. He is terrible in his doings towards the children of men. He turneth the seas into dry land. They went through the flood on foot. There did we rejoice in him. He ruleth by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not the rebellious exalt themselves. Selah. O bless our Elohim, ye people, and make the voice of his praise to be heard, which holdeth our souls in life, and suffereth not our feet to be moved. For thou, O Elohim, hast proved us. Thou hast tried us as silver is tried. Thou broughtest us into the net. Thou layest affliction upon our loins. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through the fire and through the water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. I will go into thy house with burnt offerings. I will pay thee my vows, which my lips have uttered, and my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble. I will offer unto thee burnt offerings of fatlings, with the incense of rams. I will offer bullocks with goats, Selah. Come and hear, all ye that fear Elohim. I will declare what he has done for my soul. I cried unto him with my mouth, and he was extolled with my tongue. If I regarded iniquity in my heart, Yahweh will not hear me. But verily Elohim has heard me. He has attended to the voice of my prayer. Blessed be Elohim, which has not turned away my prayer, nor his mercy from me. Psalm chapter 67. Elohim, be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us, Selah. That thy way may be known upon the earth, thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O Elohim. Let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nation upon earth. Selah. Let the people praise thee, O Elohim. Let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and Elohim, even our own Elohim, shall bless us. Elohim shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. Psalm chapter 68. Let Elohim arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melteth before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of Elohim. But let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before Elohim. Yea, let them exceedingly rejoice. Sing unto Elohim. Sing praises to his name. Extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Yah, and rejoice before him. A father of the fatherless and a judge of the widows is Elohim in his holy habitation. Elohim setteth the solitary in families. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains. But the rebellious dwell in a dry land. O Elohim, when thou wentest forth before thy people, when thou didst march through the wilderness, Selah, the earth shook. The heavens also dropped at the presence of Elohim. Even Sinai itself was moved at the presence of Elohim, the Elohim of Israel. Thou, O Elohim, didst send a plentiful rain, whereby thou didst confirm thine inheritance when it was weary. Thy congregation had dwelt therein. Thou, O Elohim, hast prepared of thy goodness for the poor. Yahweh gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it. Kings of armies did flee apace, and she that tarried at home divided the spoil. Though ye have lain among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. When the Almighty scattered kings in it, It was white as snow and salmon. The hill of Elohim is as the hill of Bashan, and high hill as the hill of Bashan. Why leap ye, ye high hills? This is the hill which Elohim desired to dwell in. Yea, Yahweh will dwell in it forever. The chariots of Elohim are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahweh is among them, as in Sinai and the holy place. Thou hast ascended on high. Thou hast led captivity captive. Thou hast received gifts from men, yea, for the rebellious also, that Yahweh, Elohim, might dwell among them. Blessed be Yahweh, who daily loadeth us with benefits, even Elohim of our salvation, Selah. He that is our Elohim is Elohim of salvation, and unto Elohim belong the issues from death. But Elohim shall wound the heads of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such an one as goeth on still in his trespasses. Yahweh said, I will bring again from Bashan, I will bring my people again from the depths of the sea, that thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thine enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same. They have seen thy goings, O Elohim, even the goings of my Elohim, my King in the sanctuary. The singers went before, the players on instruments followed after. Among them were the damsels playing with timbrels. Bless ye Elohim in the congregation, even Yahweh from the fountain of Israel. There is little Benjamin with their ruler, the prince of Judah and their council, the princes of Zebulun, the princes of Naphtali. Thy Elohim has commanded thy strength. Strengthen, O Elohim, that which thou hast wrought for us. Because of thy temple at Jerusalem shall kings bring presents unto thee. Rebuke the company of spearmen, the multitude of bulls with the calves of the people, till every one submit himself with pieces of silver. Scatter thou the people that delight in war. Princes shall come out of Egypt. Ethiopia shall soon stretch out her hand unto Elohim. Sing unto Elohim, ye kingdoms of the earth. Sing praises unto Yahweh, Selah. To him that rideth upon the heavens of heavens, which were of old, lo, he doeth send out his voice, and that a mighty voice. Ascribe ye strength unto Elohim. His excellency is over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds. O Elohim, thou art terrible out of thy holy places. The Elohim of Israel is he that giveth strength and power unto his people. Blessed be Elohim. Psalm 69. Save me, O Elohim, for the waters are come in unto my soul. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. I am weary of my crying. My throat is dried. Mine eyes fail while I wait from my Elohim. They that hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of mine head. They that would destroy me, being mine enemies, wrongfully are mighty. Then I restored that which I took not away. O my Elohim, thou knowest my foolishness, and my sins are not hid from thee. Let not them that wait on thee, O Yahweh Elohim of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Let not those that seek thee be confounded for my sake. O Elohim of Israel, because for thy sake I have borne reproach. Shame has covered my face. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. For the zeal of thine house has eaten me up, and the reproach of them that reproach thee are fallen upon me. when I wept and chastened my soul with fasting. That was my reproach. I made sackcloth also my garment, and I became a proverb to them. They that sit in the gate speak against me, and I was the song of the drunkards. But as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Yahweh. In an acceptable time, O Elohim, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me. In the truth of thy salvation, deliver me out of the mire, and let me not sink. Let me be delivered from them that hate me, and out of the deep waters. Let not the water flood overflow me, neither let the deep swallow me up. And let not the pit shut her mouth upon me. Hear me, O Yahweh, for thy loving kindness is good. Turn unto me according to the multitude of thy tender mercies, and hide not thy face from thy servant. For I am in trouble. Hear me speedily. Draw nigh unto my soul, and redeem it. Deliver me because of mine enemies. Thou hast known my reproach and my shame, and my dishonor. Mine adversaries are all before thee. Reproach has broken my heart, and I am full of heaviness. And I look for some to take pity, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. They gave me also gall for my meat, and in my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Let their eyes be darkened, that they see not, and make their loins continually shake. Pour out thy indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. For they persecute me whom thou hast smitten, and they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded. Add iniquity unto their iniquity, and let them not come into thy righteousness. Let them be blotted out of the book of the living, and not be written with the righteous. But I am poor and sorrowful. Let thy salvation, O Elohim, set me up on high. I will praise the name of Elohim with a song. I will glorify him with thanksgiving. This also shall please Yahweh, better than an ox or bullock that has horns and hooves. The humble shall see this and be glad, and your heart shall live that seek Elohim. For Yahweh heareth the poor, and despiseth not his prisoners. Let the heaven and earth praise him, the seas and everything that moveth therein. For Elohim will save Zion, and will build up the cities of Judah, that they may dwell there, and have it in possession. The seed also of his servants shall inherit it, and they that love his name shall dwell therein. Chapter 70. Make haste, O Elohim, to deliver me. Make haste to help me, O Yahweh. Let them be ashamed and confounded that seek after my soul. Let them be turned backwards and put to confusion that desire my hurt. Let them be turned back for a reward of their shame that say, Aha, aha. Let all those that seek thee rejoice and be glad in thee, and let such as love thy salvation say continually, Let Elohim be magnified. But I am poor and needy. Make haste unto me, O Elohim. Thou art my help and my deliverer. O Yahweh, make no tarrying. Chapter 71. In thee, O Yahweh, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. Deliver me in thy righteousness, and cause me to escape. Incline thine ear unto me, and save me. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. Thou hast given commandment to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. Deliver me, O my Elohim, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel man. For thou art my hope. Yahweh Elohim, thou art my trust from my youth. By thee have I been holded up from the womb. Thou art he that took me out of my mother's bowels. My praise shall be continually of thee. I am a wonder to many, but thou art my strong refuge. Let my mouth be filled with thy praise, and with thy honor all the day. Cast me not off in the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength faileth. For my enemies speak against me, and they that lay wait for my soul take counsel together, saying, Elohim has forsaken him. Persecute and take him, for there is none to deliver him. O Elohim, be not far from me. O my Elohim, make haste for my help. Let them be confounded and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonor that seek my hurt. But I will hope continually, and will yet praise thee more and more. My mouth shall show forth thy righteousness, and thy salvation all the day. For I know not the numbers thereof. I will go in the strength of Yahweh Elohim. I will make mention of thy righteousness, even of thine only. O Elohim, thou hast taught me from my youth, and hitherto have I declared thy wondrous works. Now also, when I am old and gray-headed, O Elohim, forsake me not, until I have shewed thy strength unto this generation, and thy power to every one that is to come. Thy righteousness also, O Elohim, is very high. Who has done great things? O Elohim, who is like unto thee? Thou, which hast shown me great and sore troubles, shall quicken me again, and shalt bring me up again from the depths of the earth. Thou shalt increase my greatness, and comfort me on every side. I will also praise thee with the psaltery, even thy truth, O my Elohim. Unto thee will I sing with the harp. O thou Holy One of Israel, my lips shall greatly rejoice when I sing unto thee, and my soul, which thou hast redeemed. My tongue also shall talk of thy righteousness all the day long, for they are confounded, for they are brought unto shame that seek my hurt. Chapter 72. Give the king thy judgments, O Elohim, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. He shall judge thy people with righteousness, and the poor with judgment. The mountains shall bring peace to the people, and the little hills by righteousness. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure, throughout all generations. He shall come down like the rain upon the mown grass, as showers that water the earth. In his days shall the righteous flourish, in abundance of peace, so long as the moon endureth. He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from the river unto the ends of the earth. They that dwell in the wilderness shall bow before him, and his enemies shall lick the dust. The kings of Tarshish and the isles shall bring presents, the kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all the kings shall fall down before him. All the nations shall serve him. For he shall deliver the needy when he crieth, the poor also, and him that hath no helper. He shall spare the poor and needy, and shall save the souls of the needy. He shall redeem their souls from deceit and violence, and precious shall their blood be in his sight. And he shall live, and to him shall be given the gold of Sheba. Prayer also shall be made for him continually, and daily shall he be praised. There shall be an handful of corn in the earth, upon the top of the mountains. The fruit thereof shall shake like Lebanon, and they of the city shall flourish like grass of the earth. His name shall endure forever. His name shall be continued as long as the sun. And men shall be blessed in him. All nations shall call him blessed. Blessed be Yahweh Elohim, the Elohim of Israel, who only doeth wondrous things. And blessed be his glorious name forever. And let the whole earth be filled with his glory. Amen and amen. The prayers of David, the son of Jesse, are ended. Chapter 73. Truly Elohim is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there is no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compassed them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their hearts could wish. They are corrupt, and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doeth Elohim know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly, who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily I have cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hands in innocency. For all the day long I have been plagued, and chastened every morning. If I say, I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me. Until I went into the sanctuary of Elohim, then understood I their end. Surely thou doest see them. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Yahweh, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins. So foolish was I, and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holded me up by my right hand. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterwards receive me to glory. Whom have I in heaven but thee? And there is none upon earth that I desire besides thee. My flesh and my heart faileth, but Elohim is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. For lo, they that are far from thee shall perish. Thou hast destroyed all them that go a whoring from thee. but it is good for me to draw nigh to Elohim. For I have put my trust in Yahweh Elohim, that I may declare all thy works. Chapter 74. O Elohim, why hast thou cast us off forever? Why doeth thine anger smoke against the sheep of thy pasture? Remember thy congregation, which thou hast purchased of old, and the rod of thine inheritance, which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt. Lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolations, even all that the enemy has done wickedly in the sanctuary. Thine enemies roar in the midst of thy congregation. They set up their ensigns for signs. A man was famous according to as he had lifted up axes upon the thick trees. But now they break down the carved work, therefore, at once, with axes and hammers. They have cast fire into the sanctuary. They have defiled by casting down the dwelling place of thy name to the ground. They said in their hearts, let us destroy them together. They have burnt up all the synagogues of Elohim in the land. We see not our signs. There is no more any prophet, neither is there among us any that knoweth how long. O Elohim, how long shall the adversary reproach? Shall the enemy blaspheme thy name forever? Why withdrawest thou thine hand, even thy right hand? Pluck it out of thy bosom, for Elohim is my king of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. Thou didst divide the seas by thy strength. Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the water. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces, and givest them to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. Thou didst cleave the fountain and the flood. Thou dried up the mighty rivers. The day is thine, the night also is thine. Thou hast prepared the light and the sun. Thou hast set all the borders of the earth. Thou hast made summer and winter. Remember this, that the enemy has reproached, O Yahweh, and that the foolish people has blasphemed thy name. O deliver not the soul of thy turtle dove unto the multitude of the wicked. Forget not the congregation of thy poor forever. Have respect unto the covenant, for the dark places of the earth are full of the inhabitants of cruelty. O let not the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise thy name. Arise, O Elohim, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproacheth thee daily. Forget not the voice of thine enemies. The tumult of those that rise up against thee increaseth continually.